Okay, hi everyone. Patricius Juwandono here. Today I'm going to talk about is it about linguistics or discourse analysis or language testing? No, it's about love actually. So we are going to talk about love actually. Yeah. Okay, I said we are going to have a chat because I have a company, a young woman named Yukiko Tirzah Suhendra. Now it's over to you, Yukiko. Please introduce yourself to the audience.
My name is Yukiko. Sometimes people call me Yuki, sometimes people call me Kiko. But it's actually up to you. Which one do you prefer? And actually, I love talking about relationships. I sometimes write about relationships on my Instagram, sometimes on my blog. And during my spare time, I also playing the piano and also do some photographs because I like photography. But I run my small business. But I think I like to write more rather than do my work actually. So because I work at home, so I have many time to do my hobbies. I think that's all.
Okay, Yuki. So we have a hot topic today. It's a very enigmatic topic, if I would say. That's about love, right? What do you think love is, Yuki?
I always believe that love is actually an action. It's an action of primarily giving what's alive in you. Some people may ask, what are the things categorized as what's alive in you? It's basically that those are the things which are alive when you are alive and will be dead when you are dead. For example, your knowledge. If you are dead, then your knowledge will not be able to be shared, right? So it needs your soul, it needs your spirit to be shared. Another example is your happiness. You can share your happiness when you're alive, but when you're dead, you cannot share your happiness, right? So there are some other examples like your anger, your sadness, your jokes, and many other things. So the definition simply lays on the things which are alive when you are alive and will be dead when you are dead. But that's number one. Number two, love is when you are able to understand and accept someone completely and you focus on the strengths rather than the weaknesses. We all know that nobody's perfect, but you choose, you decide to focus on the strengths, you decide and choose to be thankful and grateful for the strengths they have. You know that maybe this person is a selfish person, but you look more over than that. You look, oh, this person is kind-hearted. But you know that this person is actually sometimes a little bit selfish, but you focus on the strengths. This is not related to love is blind. This is also not related to, we call it as bucin, budak cinta. It is not related to those two things. It's basically two different things. But it's when you focus on the strengths rather than weaknesses. But it's not bucin, it's not love is blind. I think those are two main definitions of love for me. So what do you think?
Okay, that's a very good definition. But it sounds like we are in a thesis examination. Yeah, we start with the definition. Okay, but that's fair enough. I would agree with that. That love means accepting someone just the way he is or just the way she is. Yeah. And that means accepting the weaknesses as well as appreciating the strength. In my opinion, I would say that love is actually giving the best of you to the person that you love without expecting anything in return from him or her. Well, obviously, that is a grand thing. Yeah, that's probably easier said than done because we are human beings. We are ego-centered. Yeah, we are many times selfish, and we would unconsciously put our things before the other, even if that's the other person that we admit to love. Yeah. But to me, the definition of love, the definition of true love is like that. It's giving the best of you to the person that you love without expecting anything in return. Oh, that sounds obviously beautiful, but I know that in life, things might not be as easy as it is, yeah? As easy as saying that. Yeah. Yeah, so I have begun to address the true love, Yuki. What do you think true love is, Yuki?
I think true love is also related to soulmate, because some people say that when you found your true love, then you found your soulmate. There are many definitions of soulmate, but for me, there are several features that can help you to consider this person is your true love or not. The first one is a strong communication. When you talk with words, when you speak, maybe it's just a communication, but when we talk about strong communication is when you don't even say a single word, but you know how they feel. Maybe you just gaze to each other's eyes, but you know that maybe the person you love is sad, the person you love is angry. I think that is a strong communication. And then number two is instant soul connection. I cannot find any other right term to describe this. Instant soul connection is different from love at first sight. But when you see this person, you know that somehow you just click to this person and you cannot explain the reason why. But it's not love at first sight. It's when you look this person, you know that okay, I think this is the one. It looks like someone is saying to you, this is the one, this is the one. But you don't hear the real voice, right? But it looks like someone is telling you that. And then the third one, you share the same visions. When you meet someone and you have the same level of humor, you have the same level of knowledge, maybe it's not equal, but at least similar. I think that is also the feature of true love. And then the next one is when you can connect in every way and every level. It means that when you talk in a serious way, you can connect. But when you talk in maybe a cheesy way, you still can connect to each other. I think that is the description of in every level, connect in every level and everywhere. And then the last one is a beautiful quote. I think it's written by Anonymous because when I searched on Google and I couldn't find the writer, this quote is like this. When it is sent by God, it comes with confirmation. But when it is not sent by God, it comes with hesitation, frustration, and confusion. So you can consider yourself if your heart and mind is in is confused or frustrated, maybe also hesitate with this person, I think that is not true love. So how about you? What do you think?
Okay, that's a very beautiful way of expressing true love, right? It starts with a intuitive click, right? Which is actually different from just love at the first sight. It's probably driven by lust or driven by desire, shallow desire. But what you said is just is beyond that, right? I would say that yes, to some extent, I agree with you. But we have to remember that when you click with the person that you love and you claim that it is true love, that you have found true love, then comes the question of time. Comes the question of uh, how will that kind of love endure the time? Because you will live together, you'll probably get married with the person that you love, with the person of your true love, but then you have to spend many, many years together. And as we know, people change over time. Now, will that true love last throughout that many, many years, throughout the changes that everybody will go through, throughout the hardships? Yeah. So, okay, let me answer your question first. The true love is actually not very much different from what I have said before. It's actually about giving the best of you to the person that you love without expecting anything in return. And I still believe in that. I still believe in that true love. I have seen some people demonstrate that kind of quality in their love. Yeah. So I believe in that. But now let me ask you a bit of challenge in the question. Yeah. Do you think that the true love that you found in that code-driven click will last throughout the many many years? Yuki, your over to you, Yuki.
This is a very hard question, I think, because we never know what happens in the future. But we as a human, we have to have hope that what we work in this present time will last in the future. But I think as long as you share the same visions, you have the same foundation, you live the same values, I think it will make your relationship runs more smoothly, because when you have so many differences, I think it's hard for you to go together in a relationship. I don't say that a couple must be the same. I know that everybody is different. But if you have the same foundation, you have the same dreams, maybe it's not the same dreams. For example, the man wants to wants to be a musician, and then the woman wants to be a chef. But then they work together to reach each other's dream. I think that is considered as having the same vision, to pursue each other's dream, to help each other. So basically, we have to look in more depth the definition of sharing the same vision, having the same foundation. It's not basically you have the exact same dreams, but at least you work together to reach that. But I think my answer will be the same. As long as you share the same values, you have the same foundation, you live the same values, also values, visions, and foundation. I think if you have these three the same, I think it will make it easier. But then, once again, no one can predict the future. But if you have these ingredients, then I think you may or you can reach that your love will last. I think that's my opinion. So what do you think?
Okay, thank you for that. Let me repeat your keywords: the vision, the foundation, right? And what's the other one? The vision, the foundation,
Values.
values. Okay. Now that let me get into a rather personal question. Have you found your true love, Yuki?
I think I have. I think.
Okay,
But
that's lovely.
actually, no one can know they have found their true love, because I don't know, the definition of true love is very broad. Some of my friends say, you know that he or she is your true love when you are dead. Some people say, um, true love is someone whom you love till you are dead. So I think it's there are many definitions of true love, but at this time, because I felt that instant connection, and then also I, I I think this is a personal question. I also see that this person matched with all of the list of life partner I wrote several years ago. So I think, yeah, I have found my true love. And also at the time, I wasn't so sure that he is the one. But then I prayed and I asked God, is he the right one? And then I asked God to give me 3 dreams. I asked God, I want him to come to my dreams 3 times. And yes, he came 3 times, even more. Because after the 3 dreams, I prayed and I told God, I think I haven't believed it. So can you give me more? And then God gave me more dreams. And then I started believing that, okay, I think he is the one. But they are actually long journey. Yeah, the instant soul connection, and then also with he matched with my life partner list and many other things. I think that's all.
Okay, that's lovely. Okay, that's um, now some people are wondering whether uh, whether it is whether it is still right, or whether it is still appropriate to talk about marriage in these days. Some people are worried that they might not be able to match perfectly. Some people are worried that they probably have some bad genes, and which in turn will give birth to bad offspring. Yeah, and in this case, some people begin to see that, well, if you love someone, then don't get married. Just start dating. Because if once you get married, then lots of problems will happen. Differences might arise here and there, and you have hard time adjusting to each other's changes, and conflicts begin to arise here and there, and they're just over your head, and you just cannot cope with it anymore, and the marriage will crumble, will fall apart. Yeah. So I know I'm much older than you. I have my own opinion about that, but uh, you are you have just started your love life, and given this kind of prospect, what do you think? What do you say about this? Yeah.
About the long lasting true love.
Yes. Yes. the challenge the challenge that you have to maintain your true love in a marriage, and a marriage is supposed to last the lifetime, right?
Yeah, yeah. it's basically people are different from one another. Some people say that, okay, divorce is not a big deal. But some people say, no, I don't want any divorce happen in my life. But for me, as a person who don't want any divorce happen in my life, I know that marriage is a challenge. Marrying someone will not solving your problems. It even make your problems more more ridiculous and also more horrible, I think. But some young people don't even think about that before the marriage. So they will be surprised when they finally arrive at the marriage life, and then they started to be disappointed because things run not as they have expected before. So I think it's better for us to read more books, to read more articles, to also join some like love, marriage, or relationship seminars to broaden our knowledge, because we may learn from someone about marriage, about love, and about relationship, but we can never compare our relationship to other relationships, because I know that there are many theories of love, there are many theories of relationship and marriage, but that's back to you. You decide what you want to live. Because I think last week I watched a relationship seminar on Instagram. This person said, marriage is like an empty box. If you want to have a happy marriage, then you have to fill that with joy. But if you want to build hell on earth, then you should fill that empty box with fire. So I think it's true, because when you start your marriage, it's you started from zero. So basically, you just design what you want to have. But in this case, the challenge, everyone will experience different challenge. But I think as long as you work together and have the same vision, have the same values, and have the same foundation, I think the challenge might not be that difficult. It's difficult, but it's not that difficult. I think it's like that. What do you think?
Okay, good. That's getting more exciting, yeah. Um, well, so again, you seem to rely on those three keywords: vision, values, foundation, with guidance from God, right? So even in a marriage life, you should never get rid of God's guidance, right? That's the message that I get from you. To me personally, because I've been married for 25 years, the one thing that I could give as a piece of advice, if I may give a piece of advice, is that marriage is actually a chance for you to grow better, to grow better, to grow to grow into a better human being. And if you have the right couple, if you have the right lover, if you have the right spouse, then you'll be able to grow better. Both of you will be able to grow better. Despite the challenges, despite the confrontations, despite occasional conflicts, quarrels, fights, yeah, but if you are matched together, as if, you said that if you are soulmates, then you can go through those storms, yeah, and you become better. You grow to be a better person. So it's an opportunity to be better, actually. It's not a story about you. It's not a story about your lover only, but it's a story about you, both of you, grow together in a better direction. That's what happens. That's what will happen if everything is right. If the click, the instant connection is driven by the divine intervention, yeah, is caused by the divine intervention. And yeah, you will sail through the rocky ocean, the stormy oceans safely. And by the time you get there, by the time you get to the end of the journey, you'll find that you have grown together, you have become better persons. Yeah, it's just a piece of advice from me. Uh, okay, yes, over to you, Yuki. What is the last word, the last message probably that you can give to our audience about love?
Yeah, you said previously about growing better together. I think this sentence is related to one of Bible verses saying that iron sharpens iron,
Mhm.
and one man sharpens the vase his neighbor. I think it's basically one man sharpens one man and iron sharpens iron. I think it's like that. And also, I think my last word is life is a climb, but the view is great. So if your destination, if your goal is happiness, I think you will be disappointed because happiness will be with you along the journey. Happiness is not a destination. Happiness is not a goal. In the journey, along the journey, you will meet happiness, you will meet sadness, you will meet anger, and also disappointments and many other things. But then, as long as you walk together and you keep pursuing dreams together, I think you will have a very happy relationship. But back again, you will still have the same vision, foundation, and values. Because without those three, I think your relationship will be exhausting. Or some people, nowadays, we know it as toxic relationship.
Mhm.
Okay, I think it's like that.
Okay, so uh, have we agreed, Yuki, that true love is possible?
Yes, it's possible.
It's possible. Okay.
Yeah,
What
but
up? Yes.
everyone has their own time.
Mhm.
Some may meet their true love in the age of 20. Some may meet their true love in the age of 50, maybe, and some of them may not may not get the chance to meet their true love because I know that having a relationship and also building a marriage life is a mandate. So not everyone get that present, not get that gift. So I think we cannot compare our what happened in our life to what happened in other people's life because not everyone get the mandate to have a relationship and even build a marriage life. What
Okay.
do you think about that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good message. So that you are saying, in other words, that uh, everybody's journey is different from someone else, right? We are all living our own different destiny. Some of us are destined to be married and to find true love there. Some are not meant to be meant to travel that way, and probably they will find true love in a different way, in a different form, not in the form of marriage, but maybe in a I don't know, maybe in a different way of life or something else like that. Yeah. So Yes, we agree that true love is possible. Happiness comes with a journey, right? As you said, and the vision, the values, and foundation, driven by divine intervention by God, will make it possible. Will make it long-lasting despite the hard journey, despite the rocky storms that you have to go through with your partner. Okay, Yuki, thank you a lot for that, for your message. Um, Hopefully, I'll be able to speak to you again in a different topic, in an equally hot topic that people still find interesting and find exciting. Okay, so that's it. Any just three beautiful words from you, Yuki, as long as love is concerned?
I think I have to say it once more. One quote from my previous speech.
Mhm.
When it is sent by God, it comes with confirmation. But when it is not sent by God, it comes with hesitation, frustration, and confusion. So you can all consider he or she is your true love or not by take a look a little bit deeper to your heart and mind. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
that's lovely. Okay, thank you for the beautiful message. Okay, people, audience,
I
thank
think
you
that's
for
all.
listening to us. Thank you, Yuki, and also Dimas here. Silent listener, but I believe that Dimas has also get the message. Yeah. Uh, okay, that's all from us. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. God loves you all. Goodbye.
Bye.